I just want to piggyback off of what she said because I'm 21 years old. I am a young person. I am currently in college, and I want to speak a little bit more to what you were saying about the impact of the media because right now, some of the more popular TV shows that are among my population in school, you have HBO showing The Deuce, you have Stars showing The Girlfriend Experience, you had Lifetime showing The Client List, even all the way back down to Pretty Woman, and it infuriates me when I see these things because the way that we are portrayed as survivors of prostitution is the complete opposite in these TV shows. And particularly my age group and my population, you have all these uprising feminist movements and all of these things that are advocating for pro-sex work and things like that, and then we sit here and have these panels and do education awareness and have these discussions, but then I'm always caught with rebuttals from people. Well, what about in the Girlfriend Experience? You know, this woman, she's a lawyer and she works at a law firm, but she lives a double life and she's getting $5,000 cash in an envelope to do nothing but have dinner and then have platonic sex. And that is not what any, if I can speak for all of us, any of our realities on this planet were. And I think that something, like you were saying, needs to be done about that, especially for my generation, especially for the generation right above me, because we are not making progress, although we are with all of our spreading awareness and telling our truths and constantly reliving our realities. But then we go, and when you go home at night after these panels and you turn on Stars or you turn on HBO or you turn on Lifetime, and then you see the exact opposite of what you just heard, it's not making a difference for any of us. So I do think we need to seriously find a way to make some reform in the media and figure out a way to, I guess, go against these 6 corporations that are running Hollywood and that are running these TV stations. Right. I think that point that you made about, you know, where are the buyers is critically important because in all of these movies, at least the ones that I've seen, I haven't lived that long, guys, so bear with me. But from the movies I have seen, you know, in the scenes where they do tend to show prostitution happening or about to happen, the John's face is always covered or blurred out or blacked out, or they only show the violence happening to this person but don't show one side. They only show the side of the person being victimized. So I think that's a very critical point. And then I just wanted to add something to what Vanita and Autumn both said about stripping, because it's interesting in the communities that I'm in and all of the different agencies that I work with. A lot of girls I see, you said that was in the 70s, even now today I hear a lot of them saying, you know what, when life gets too hard, it's like, I'm just gonna strip. You know, I just wanna be a stripper. And nobody understands the harsh realities, you know. Yes, stripping, unfortunately, is still legalized, but all those things in the champagne and red rooms are not. And nobody focuses on what that's like behind these doors. All you know is there's a pole and a pretty girl swinging around it. Nobody pays attention to those harms. And when you see these things in movies and in the media, even in art galleries, for example, there's one I know somewhere in Chelsea, and I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly, but they were a new gallery. They opened probably last month or 2 months ago. And when I walked past it, I didn't see a name of this gallery, but there was kind of something that resembled a chalkboard, like a green chalkboard, and it was in their storefront, and it was their first main picture, and it was a drawing of a woman. I think she had glasses, and around her face is like, you know, schoolwork and bills, and if I'm remembering this correctly, all of these harsh things. And she looked so puzzled, and on the side in her little like caption bubble, it was like, F this, I'm gonna be a stripper, right? And it's things like that, as minute as that may seem, especially in a city so grand like New York, right? Or in anywhere of the 50 states. You walk past that every day while you're going to Panera Bread or while you're going to get your Subway, your sandwich at Subway or whatever it is, and people don't take into account the Girl Scouts or the students coming from school that are passing this and looking like, see, she's doing it. Yeah, life is tough, you know, things are rough, and people don't understand how these advertisements, as you mentioned, or these commercials, or even these ads, especially like during the Super Bowl, the ads that come out is ridiculous, and nobody's paying attention. So I did just want to emphasize that still happens today, even with the people that I'm associated. I was having a conversation with a few people last week, and I was saying for a lot of people, unfortunately, it's still so much easier to think that this issue is over there. Yeah. So what people do, they are more accepting to this glamorization of prostitution. They are more accepting to the violences against women, especially in this particular issue. And for them, you know, they sympathize, they hear these stories, they hear about the girl whose jaw was broken, they hear my story, they hear our stories, and they're like, you know, that was so bad, I'm so sorry that happened. But then you go, and when you go outside, you do nothing about it, you don't speak up, you continue to watch these shows, you continue to give these Hollywood corporations ratings, you continue to do the same things that you were doing prior to hearing these issues. And it's just so fascinating how, rather than somebody take a few minutes out of their day to make a stand or say something or watch something or, you know, use their voice in an empowering, positive way against this issue, they'd rather sit back on the sidelines and let somebody else handle it. And in doing that, you are perpetuating this media to be allowed to continue to, you know, show these shows and these movies and these advertisements. So I just wanted to make that point.